Hello, mga tujamir abdi nga sa Hornbill TV. Ida dunia sobte COVID-19 laga notun variant Omicron filai thagyan mide Mumbai de aji pra shuru hoi gina December 31st tak section 144 impose condition. Aro Mon district de amikhan sob jani thagyan nishna December 4 aro 5 te 21 para unit forces kan pra 14 civilians ke morai dia pichide situation gorom hoi ja karne section 144 impose condition. Idu section 144 ki ase aro kiniga situation de impose kre amikhan bhal pra janibo karne amikhan lode aji studio de Bharat Lakshman Markad IPS DCP crime aigina se. So thank you so much sir for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
तो हमें हनी जो discussion लो आगे बढ़ाएंगे ना first तो नहीं हुड्यूले मन जाओ कि अपनी हमें खान के जो section 144 तो क्या ऐसे अलग भाव explain कर दो पर वो.
See, section 144 CRPC is one of the very misunderstood section in the public in large. People have many misconception about this section also. So this section is actually mentioned in chapter 10 of Criminal Procedure Code, which deals with maintenance of public peace and order. So basically what this section does is, it gives power to issue order to deal with the cases of apprehended danger or urgent nuisance, so that it can be tackled immediately without waiting for the formal procedures and other issues.
Okay. So could you also please highlight on in what kind of situation is this section 144 imposed?
See, just as you have mentioned, it is imposed in Mumbai also and it is imposed in Mon district also, and totally completely different scenarios. So basically the legislative intent of having 144 CRPC in our statute books is to deal with any emergency which has bearing on the public peace, law and order, health, safety of individuals. So for example, in Mumbai, to curtail the spread of the COVID-19, the Omicron variant, the 144 section is invoked so that to prevent the assembly of certain peoples, and they have been issued certain directions to abstain from doing certain things, which it can be done under the CRPC. For example, they are told to wear the mask while going out or maintain social distancing, whereas in case of Mon, which is completely a different issue, where to maintain the public peace and law and order, section 144 CRPC is invoked. So these are two different scenarios, and actually 144 CRPC can be issued against one particular individual or even against a group of individual. And there is, as per the Supreme Court's interpretation of this section, there cannot be uniform guidelines or uniform procedure for 144 CRPC, because every situation, every locality and every emergency is different from one to another, so that it has to be a localized and issue based order under the 144 CRPC.
Okay, sir, as you mentioned, the section 144 can also be imposed on an individual. So could you please highlight on that as well?
See, basically there is one very famous case of Praveen Singh Togadia versus state of Karnataka, wherein Mr. Togadia, he was actually barred by the local ADM, additional district magistrate, from giving a speech, and the reason was to maintain the communal harmony and peace, and the speech may incite the communal hatred and communal tensions between the different communities. So hence he was prohibited from giving a speech, and then that case went into the Supreme Court, and it is one of the landmark judgment when we deal with the section 144 CRPC.
Okay. So when it comes to violation of this section, what are the judgments, what are the punishments?
See, I'll just simplify for you. Once 144 CRPC is imposed, now if somebody is not adhering to the directions given by the appropriate authority, which I will come to later on, one can be arrested under section 151 of CRPC, that is 151 of CRPC, and one can be prosecuted under 188 of IPC. Also, if somebody engages in certain criminal activities, for example, if somebody is deterring or preventing a public servant or police official or a paramilitary official from performing his duties, then he can be booked under, let's say, section 353 of IPC, or any other, like if somebody is engaging in arson or violence. So there are different sections, but basically 188 IPC is to deal with violation of section 144 CRPC.
So what would be the most severe punishment under this?
See, as I stated, just pure violation of 144 CRPC can be prosecuted under 188 IPC, wherein punishment is up to 6 months or fine. However, if somebody, as I mentioned, does act or offences under section 353 IPC, then punishment can go up to the 2 years, or somebody engages in even severe forms of violence or criminal activities, then punishment is actually enhanced for different offences under IPC.
Okay, so also like I've mentioned before, the section 144 is also imposed in one district. So do you think it was the need of the hour in this kind of situation?
Are you talking about the Mon incident?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, as I stated, and as per the Supreme Court observation also, every situation is different. So that's the reason actually I cannot comment sitting in Dimapur about the whether rational or otherwise about imposing it in Mon. However, the 144 empowers district magistrate, subdivisional magistrate, or any executive magistrate empowered by state government to impose this 144 CRPC based on substantive substance. So without any evidence, if there is a substance, I think magistrate in his own capacity can impose this 144 CRPC.
Okay, so could you also tell us about who is authorized to impose this section 144 in any kind of places?
Basically, it's a district magistrate. Every district will have one district magistrate. Mostly deputy commissioners are designated as district magistrate, and in commissionerate, like in Dimapur, Commissioner of Police Dimapur also is designated with this power, empowered with this power. Apart from them, it's subdivisional magistrate, additional district magistrate, or any executive magistrate empowered by state government. For example, in Dimapur, DCPs, Deputy Commissioner of Police, or ACPs are also the executive magistrate empowered by the state governments to impose 144 CRPC.
So what about when there is a need to impose section 144 in rural areas like villages? So who will be authorized to do that, sir?
See, in rural areas, our system is we have a deputy commissioner who is also a district magistrate, and in subdivisions we have either ADCs or SDOs, which are additional district magistrate or subdivisional magistrate, and even EACs are also executive magistrates. So they are all empowered in rural areas also if need arises to impose 144 CRPC.
So also it has been observed that section 144 is imposed during property disputes as well. So could you please highlight on that as well?
See, as I stated, there is another section 145 CRPC which actually deals with land and other aspects, whereas 144 CRPC, the primary objective is to maintain public peace, public order, and law and order also. So if any dispute, be it land dispute or any other kind of dispute which has ramification on the law and order or public peace, then it can be imposed.
Okay. Okay, sir. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Welcome.